your attention, please. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
They're here.
Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. Our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. Rise, my nation. Rise. This is your nation. This is our nation. This is the Raider Nation. Can you dig it?
What it is, Raider Nation, what it is, man. Welcome to another edition of the Lunatic Raider Show. With yours truly, what's my name? Stan. Huh? What's my name? Nigga, you know your motherfucking name. Oh, welcome to the Lunatic Raider Show, and I'm, of course, in the title, I'm Lunatic Raider. Hey, y'all, I got a good show for y'all today, man. There's rumors floating around. Raiders ask permission to talk to a certain individual who can potentially become the Raiders' next head coach. Who might that be? I don't know. We'll talk about it. And also, there's a breakdown video of someone giving us the cons of drafting Mendoza and why it would not be a good idea for us to do so. We're going to bust it down, man. We're going to bust it down, but you already know first is first and last is last, and first on this list is your ear and my ass. Wait, that don't sound right. Never mind. Bars, but bars with no meaning. Let's go. Shout out to the world's most dangerous chat, man. We in the building. We're going to have fun with it today, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got Showcase Rule in the building, man. And you already know what it is.
Might have time. There you go. There you go.
Hey, enjoy that shit, because that, there you go, might be really, there you go. You feel me? Oh, man, we going to do this shit, man. Let's see. Who else we got up in the building? Y'all active in the chat today, man. I like that. S.A. Big Dog in the building, man. And you already know he's following it up with the
There you go. There you go.
With the Raiders. Let's go, man. There's only one nation. You already know what it is. Robert Pena in the building. He coming back with it.
There you go. There you go.
We got Raider Paul in the building, man. Yes, indeed. I know Kubiak. I got a whole breakdown of what Kubiak, if hired as the head coach, what he would bring to the Raiders. It's a beautiful, beautiful breakdown. I would put him up there as one of the top candidates that will take over this team, hands down, just because of how everything is set up for him to come in here and succeed at what his strengths are. But we'll get into that in a moment. In the meantime, let's continue to give our people they love, man. I give y'all flowers because y'all give me mine. You know what I mean? So salute to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Oh shit. Here we go on the one, y'all. I got the best sleep last night. What, you got knocked out? No, I'm fucking with you. He said you got the best sleep. Knowing that Pete is gone. Hey, the whole nation was Zen last night. All you heard was bah. They was like, why was you hearing sheep? Because everybody was counting them motherfuckers, boy. Pete Carroll was so gone. Hey, Pete Carroll got his ass out of town so quick. I think he left the dice on the crap table. Somebody tell him he rolled a motherfucking 11. No, he didn't. Snake eyes on his bitch ass. He crapped out. Yes, indeed, man. We about to move on from him, but it's on to the next one. But in the meantime, and in between time, shout out to my guy D Nights in the Mickey Ficky building.
My name is D Nights. My name is D Nights.
Raider BL in the building, man. What it is, what it was, and what it always shall be. Harbaugh, yes. John Harbaugh just got fired from the Baltimore Ravens. Ooh, that's another intriguing name that could be added to the hat of the next potential Raiders head coaching job. Think about that one. Long tenure with Baltimore for 18 years, developed a quarterback such as Lamar Jackson, MVP. What do you think he could do with the number one pick? Now the Raiders' job is becoming more interesting, especially when we were sitting here wondering who would want to come to the Raiders. Who the fuck wouldn't? Who the fuck wouldn't? You know what I mean? That's like you. I'm about to get vulgar, but I ain't gonna do that shit. But I'm pretty sure Harbaugh would love to be in the same division as his brother. That rivalry. Hey, they played each other in the Super Bowl, and you already know who got the better hand. The one that got fired. Wait a minute, I messed up the bars. Who the one that got can't? What I say? I forgot what I said. But anyway, let's continue on further. Hey, Harbaugh's out there in the mix now. There's gonna be more candidates as we go. Yeah, man, we it's gonna go down. Right now, the number one seeds in the playoffs don't play this week. So now their coordinators, whether defensive or offensive, can interview for jobs if other teams are interested. There's multiple interest in Kubiak, which is not just us. I think Atlanta is one. I forgot. Fuck the other teams, but us. That's the most important. The Raiders is one and only that with the number one pick, with Mendoza or more on the menu. But first, we don't know who the Raiders is like leaning towards. I heard they like both. But Friday is going to be a very interesting college playoff game between Indiana and Oregon, where Mendoza, the Heisman Trophy winner, faces off the boy wonder, 20-year-old Dante Moore, for the rights to go to the national championship, man, and play the winner from Miami and Ole Miss. I can't wait. Boy. Hey, Thursday, Ole Miss and Miami play. That's going to be a damn good game. There's quarterbacks in that game that we all overlook. A lot of the league overlooks and thought that, you know what I mean, oh, they were a flash in the pan. But I beg to differ. Don't sell these QBs short that's in this. They didn't make it this far on accident. Let's just say it that way. But the big game Friday, 4:30 p.m., Oregon, Indiana, Mendoza versus Moore. Yes, let's see what happens. One has the Heisman Trophy already. Does the other one get the national championship trophy? We shall soon see. So yes, BL it's very interesting with John Harbaugh losing his fire. Losing his fire. Yeah, he lost his fire. That's why he gone after 18 years. But that was the second longest tenured head coach currently, besides Tomlin, who has been in the league for 19 years, that lost his job. I knew eventually. I didn't know which way that team was going to go, whether they get rid of the coach or do they try to trade the quarterback. Both might be true. Coach is gone. Now you get a new coach in here. He might want to do his own thing. But then again, I doubt that. I don't know if they'll strip it down because they were one kick away from going into the playoffs. But it's been the same song like the 49ers these past years of, oh, we're just good enough to make it into the competition, but not good enough to win it. So we'll see what happens, man. Let me see who else is up on the list, man. Showcase rule. Let me see. I gotta scroll down, man. Y'all way ahead of me for real. I want to get to these breakdowns. Let me see. Alfredo, Raider Nation for life in the building, man. Salute to you. Yes, Harbaugh is fired. Yes, indeed. We're going to talk about it. We're going to definitely talk about it, man. There's a lot of news to talk about that's going on, swirling around the Raiders, actually. And we're going to touch base on it. We definitely going to touch base. So all y'all feedback is welcome in the chat. I'm going to try to keep up with y'all, and you know what I mean? Y'all get ahead of me. I'm slower than y'all. You feel me? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You done put some bullshit in here. You said, huh? Don't spill it, baby. Don't trip it. Sweet, though. What the fuck you put in here? Not bad, but I'm... Sugar. Oh, not too much, though. She brought me a daiquiri, y'all. She trying to get me. She trying to get me faded live on the. Hey, shout out to Raider at Peaches, man. She trying to get me faded on the live, man. So hey, bear with me. If at the end of this motherfucker, well, I think the quarterback need to be somebody who can throw the ball. If I do that, don't be mad at me. She bringing me some drinks, boy. I'm like, hey, I'm about ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna be drunk. Shout out to Eagle Terrier 207 in the building. And Dante Moore outplays Fernando Mendoza and elects to stay another year in college, I will be sick. I don't think that's why he ain't announced it yet. From what I'm hearing from my Oregon people, I think he's waiting to see if he wins a national championship. Is most likely he's coming out. Not 100%, but the odds go in the favor of him coming out into the pros. He does not want to play for the Jets. There's a video on it. There's a video floating on Instagram where he posted, when people tell you you're too young or that you're only good enough to go to the Jets, he said, don't listen to that. That's a telltale sign. Dante Moore is the dude. I'm going to tell y'all like this. Everybody's penciling in Mendoza, but you got to remember, none of y'all heard about Mendoza before this year. Because at Oregon State, nope, mediocre. That's why you got to be aware of, is it the talent around him or is he the one bringing the talent? And there's talent around him. That defense that Indiana has is a motherfucker. It is what it is. They have a damn good defense. It's kind of like the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. Was it Jamal Lewis and them? You know what I mean? The offense that was doing it, or was it Ray Lewis and them on defense that was only allowing 10 points a game? You know what I mean? You can make any quarterback look good if you're only giving up 10 points. And that's exactly what Indiana has been doing this year in college football. They only gave up 10.8 points a game. But when they played Oregon, guess how much Dante Moore scored against a 10.8 defense that only gave up that much? They scored 20. The score was 20-20 in the fourth round. I can say fourth round. I'm thinking the draft already. It was 20-20 in the fourth quarter with Indiana and Oregon before Oregon went away from the run game, which they couldn't stop. Oregon was getting like 5-point-something yards per carry with 4 running backs in that game. And then all of a sudden they went pass heavy. Don't know what happened. They got away from their game plan. And they should have stuck with what they was doing. But with the score at 20-20 in the fourth quarter, Oregon had action at winning that game. Mendoza, he did his thing. They scored 30 points. You know what I mean? But don't forget, part of the points that Oregon scored, I think it was a pick 6 that Oregon's defense got off of Mendoza. No, it wasn't. Yeah, off of Mendoza 8 games ago, because now Oregon's been on an 8-game win streak. So it's a whole different Oregon team. Oregon's defense, I think, is better athletically than Indiana's, but Indiana's scheme it causes a lot of confusion. You know what I mean? The looks you get ain't exactly what they're going to do. But there's been times that Oregon overlooked the plays they could have made in that game to win that game, but now they get a part 2. They get a part 2, so we're going to see what happens. Let me see what's in the building. Now, let me get through so we can get into the content, man. The real content is. You feel me? Let me see. Willie Darwin in the building, man. Salute. Man. Hey, welcome back. For real. Since the last time I was on. What happened? A pastor snitched on? What the fuck? Oh, that's when you're supposed to drive out in the country and you drag their ass out. You don't beat them, but make sure you get a towel and get some water and you waterboard them. Put the towel over their face and just pour water over it. It makes them feel like they're drowning, but they not. Damn, I got tactics. Hey, no, I'm fucking with you. Hey, that's a joke, YouTube. Don't you fuck around and blurt me for that shit. But hey, welcome back, bro. Man, that's fucked up though. Motherfuckers need to hey, snitches get stitches. Yes, they do. And Raider content creators get daiquiris with whipped cream in it. Somebody said if you put whipped cream in your drink, that's like Santa skeeting in it. Is that true? Because if it is, he got some sweet skeet bars. No Diddy. I don't know if you can even know Diddy something like that. Hey, shout out to everybody out there, man. We in the building. Let me see. Alfonso Williams in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother. For real, for real. Finally, Syndicate has returned. That's right, man. Let's get him.
From out of town. There you go. There you go.
We in the building, man. We in the building, man. Cliff Kingsbury is released from the Washington Commanders to go seek other job opportunities. So it sounds like to me, if you're leaving as an offensive coordinator, then you're going to be out there looking for what? What you looking for? A head coaching job. That number one pick might look very interesting to Kingsbury if it's Mendoza or more. Somebody that's in. That's why I said people say the Raiders job is not intriguing. Get the fuck out of here. We got the number one pick and $109 million under the cap. Come on now. I'm not expecting overnight success, but I'm expecting overnight improvement. You know what I mean? Factuals. Salute to everybody out there, man. We're gonna get into this shit. Hold on, I gotta catch it. All right, the Peaches in the chat. How you in the chat in the kitchen at the same time? She got a twin. That's and she got a twin. Hey, menage a trois. They're gonna be arguing who get hit first. Damn, never mind. Let me see. Shout out to everybody else. Who else we got up in here? Jolie 916 in the building, man. Salute to you. Does Harbaugh want to rebuild though? That's a good question, but who's out there for him to get hired to not rebuild? That's the question. What Atlanta? You think they're gonna ride with Michael Penix Jr. that injured a knee that he hurt 4 times previous in college? That's the question. Is that your guy? Is Michael Penix Jr. your guy in Atlanta? And are you sure enough that he can stay healthy even with this knee that he suffered? Don't forget, both knees were injured in college 4 times. 4 times. So now it's a concern. Now he's going to have to become a statue in the pocket where at times you man, we don't want you running. You're going to end up like RG3 punk ass. Let's go. All right, I think I got everybody. I'm scrolling through everybody, man. I think I got everybody. Shout out to everybody that's here for the first time. If it is, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let's get the ecosystem of this channel going so we can go ahead and get to that 3,000 subscribers so I can give away a television to one lucky subscriber of this channel, man. And to show my thanks to each and every one of y'all, man. Salute to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. All right, man, let's get into this shit. Giants coach and wide receiver away from being a good team. Not with Philadelphia in that division. Yeah, I'm just saying. You said one good wide receiver. Jackson Dart ain't him yet. You know, he ain't even close to being him. So let's you might want to slow that train down before you run into something that's on the track. You feel me? Jets only get more, and from what I told you, there's a video with Moore saying he don't want to go to the Jets. He said, he said it as a bad thing. Jets had Aaron Rodgers, right? Didn't do shit. Aaron Rodgers goes to Pittsburgh and makes the playoffs. I'm just saying, Jets is a hole for where you disregard, like use condoms, hypodermic needles from shooting heroin. That's what the Jets are. Everything that's bad goes there. You know what I mean? Like recalls on meat, radioactive shrimp. All that goes into the hole that the New York Jets fill. You know what I mean? So Moore is not going. He ain't gonna have no choice if they draft him, but he won't be a happy camper You know what I mean? And I'm not too sure Raiders really have their mind made up on what they want to do. So that is, you know what I mean? What if the Jets are so scared? Like, what if the Jets really want Mendoza? Right? And what if the Raiders don't want him? And the Jets want him so bad that out of the 3, how many first-round picks they got this year? 2? They got 2 this year and 3 next year. Out of all these draft picks they got, they're willing to give it up to make sure nobody jumps over them to get our pick to draft the quarterback that they really want. They really want Mendoza from what I'm hearing. The Jets really want Mendoza. Now, if the Raiders don't really want Mendoza, unask all your shit. Give us all your first rounds and you can have it, just to move up one spot. Because I think they're fearful. Arizona is in the mix right there. We don't know what Cleveland Browns want to do with their quarterback situation because they're just fucking in a disarray. It's hard to really guess that shit. Nobody want to fuck with the Jets, bro. You got the top O-line, but yet Aaron Rodgers couldn't do shit. He go to Pittsburgh and they get into the playoffs in a first-time offense. First time on the team. Didn't he spend 2 years in the Jets towards Achilles? Jets is cursed, bro. I'm out of the New York teams, they're cursed. They don't have a quarterback. And it's like, okay, it looks like Jackson Dart could be it for the Giants, but you know what I mean? All right, enough of that shit, man. Let's get into the content that I'm bringing to you today, man. We're going to talk about the pros and cons of Mendoza. Today, we're going to talk about the cons. We're going to get to the positives tomorrow. But there's a lot of good positives with him, his stature. The one thing about him they keep worrying about is it him or is it the system and the pieces he has around him? That's the whole key. So without further delay, man, here's a breakdown of the cons. Pros and cons, we're working on the cons today. Not ex-cons coming out the pen, but we're talking about the cons, like the negatives that Mendoza might cost the GM his job. Could that be? We gonna see. Let's go.
Fernando Mendoza is going to get an NFL GM fired. This isn't me hating, it's me evaluating. Look, he's played in a heavy RPO system that works because Indiana's backs average like 5 to 6 yards a carry. The success of their passing game is built off of how well they can run the ball, and this causes many of Mendoza's throws to be predetermined before the ball snaps. He's a one-read quarterback. If his first or second read isn't there fairly quickly, he tries to bail out by either running or throwing the ball away. He does this to try to hide the fact that he can't feel the pressure. People will look at the Rose Bowl, pull stats, how Bama blitzed him 12 times, and Mendoza had 100% completion percentage. Dude, go watch the blitzes Bama sent at him. He was still in clean pockets. Bama has had no pass rush all year. Indiana protected him very well this game. There's a reason their lineman won the MVP. Mendoza also throws to an elementary route tree. A lot of quick little passes outside, basic slants and deep balls. There's not a ton of intermediate level throws and not a ton of confidence over the middle. He looks shaky when defenses move him off his spot or outside the pocket. Plus, he's not the best at protecting his body, both as a runner and passer. We've seen that jump pass thing a lot, which exposes himself to big hits. By the way, everyone says all he does is win. Is that true? He was 0-6 against top 25 teams at Cal. Winner or benefiting from being on the #1 team in football? I will give him a lot of credit from a poise aspect. Moment never seems too big for him, and he's a great guy overall. But Indiana's coaching scheme, even his receivers, are all a literal cheat code that gave him the Heisman.
That's one aspect of it right there. Y'all, hey, buyers beware. Buyer beware when it comes to Mendoza. And I've been hearing this from more than one person out there putting these videos out. One did a breakdown of the comparison of Mendoza to Moore. Mendoza, if you need somebody to come in now at what he is right now, they saying Mendoza pretty much is at his ceiling. Moore has a ceiling so high because he's so young, and this is only his real 1 year starting with Oregon because he sat behind Dylan Gabriel last year. And he's only 20 years old. He's been playing college football since he was 17. 17. You're still becoming a young man. He's not even nowhere near he doesn't even have his grown man strength. But go watch this guy play. Friday, you're going to see. I've been watching every game this guy plays in. Watch him Friday versus Mendoza. This is going to be interesting because of Indiana's defense. It's going to put confusion out there. But if he can overcome what he is seeing on the field by Indiana's defense, and he succeeds and beats that team, that game alone is going to put him superior over Mendoza, because he's only 20 years old doing this shit. That's the thing. He's only 20. He can't even drink my daiquiri. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be very interesting how this shit breaks down. Friday, like I said, stay tuned to the game Friday. It's more impressive to see Dante beat Indiana than it is Indiana beating Oregon. Oregon has a good defense. They're very well put together as far as some of the top rated high schoolers coming out, transfer portal. You got a defensive line that has about 2, 3, or maybe even offensive line. My bad. About 3 or 4 offensive linemen that can go pro. The guard, you got a tackle, and you got a center that are going to be in the top. I say about the top 4 rounds of the draft this year. That might kind of blur everything with more like, well, look at the offensive line he got. The offensive line for Indiana is not bad either. Look at the pocket that we seen in the video of Mendoza throwing. It's clean. It's clean. But Moore just throws so effortlessly, and he has the deep ball that's, I'm telling you, it's going to be a good matchup. That's what I'm saying. I'm not mad at either or. I'm not saying Mendoza is horrible. What I'm saying is, what exactly is it that makes Mendoza great? Is it his own independent skills? Because, like I said, at Oregon State last year, nada. Where was he? He gets to Indiana, great team. You know what I mean? But you could say the same thing about Dante Moore. But then again, when he was with UCLA under Chip Kelly as the head coach for 1 year, he was a youngster. He comes to Oregon. He sits behind. He was originally supposed to go to Oregon, changed his mind, went to UCLA, was there, started 5 games as a true freshman. At 17 years old, he started 5 games under Chip Kelly. Then last year, he sat under Dylan Gabriel in Oregon to learn the system. Dylan Gabriel goes off and gets drafted by Cleveland in the draft. Now he takes over. Oregon is now 13-1 under a 20-year-old. So he won't be 21 till May. So he's a young guy, nice prospect, ceiling high. His ceiling is higher than Mendoza. Factuals. Mendoza's good right now. His stature 6'5", 220, was it 25 pounds or something like that? Good stature, good size. They're not the same, but Moore is not like a runt of the litter either. At 6'3", 209 pounds, you know what I mean? At 20 years old, that 209 is going up. He's going to gain weight. Once he gets on an NFL regimen, gets on a good diet of what he needs to eat, and get into the gym, he's going to put on weight. He's only 20. He's going to put on weight. I could see him with a 209, another 11 pounds, he'd be 220. 6'3", 220, that's solid as shit. But like I said, Friday is going to be a telltale sign to be able to gauge each quarterback, man. So that's one thing to look at. Let me see who else we got up in this building, man. My 2 cents in the building, man. Salute to you. Thank you for pulling up. Yes, indeed. Let me see. J-Roll in the building, man. Salute. Do I think my duck bias might be clouding my judgment? How was my judgment on Bo Nix? Bias. I'm just saying, everybody don't get Bo Nix. He sucks. He's in the playoffs. Matter of fact, they won the division. Go figure. In his second year, he's both years and didn't miss the playoffs. And don't say Sean Payton. Sean Payton ain't shit. Sean Payton ain't shit. Bo Nix was not never the kind of quarterback to put the ball in jeopardy like Geno Smith. Who leads the league in interceptions? I bet you we wouldn't have been in that category with Bo Nix. I'm gonna tell you, me and Raider Paul told y'all about Bo Nix. He's the most accurate quarterback in college history. Not not the year he came out, but in the history of college football, back when they had leather helmets and cock rings. The most accurate quarterback in college history is Bo Nix. And I told y'all, he don't turn the ball over. It's hard to beat a team that does not turn the ball over. You need that momentum shift. You need that turnover to get the ball in good field position. And Denver doesn't do that shit. Because Bo Nix does not put that ball out there like that. Matter of fact, how many interceptions? Geno Smith had 14, 15 interceptions this year and didn't play the last game? Let's see. How many interceptions did Bo Nix have for the 2025 NFL season? Bo Nix had 11 interceptions. 11 interceptions. Geno had 15? Which tied him for 27th in the league. Tied for 27th. So that means there was others with 11 interceptions down at. There's only 32 teams in the league. He was tied for 27th. Come on, bro. I told y'all about Bo Nix. I'm gonna show you all the shit that I told y'all that came true. And I don't be tooting my own horn because I'm just telling you. I just try to acknowledge the facts that's out there and try to addition through subtraction. Get rid of the shit that don't make sense and leave the shit that does, and then pick out what's left. I said the Raiders should trade Jacoby Myers and not give him $20 million a year. I said he's going to ask for $20 million, and I don't think he's worth it. Now, for Jacksonville, it looks like he might be worth it. But guess what? Guess what Jacksonville just gave him an extension for? Exactly $20 million a year. And I said we can't afford giving him $20 million a year. We got a quarterback making fucking 18 and then supposed to jump up to 35 the following year. And Geno Smith, if we were to keep him. And I said Jacoby's not worth 20. People thought Jacoby wasn't even gonna get 20. Hondo Carpenter said, "Oh, what Jacoby wanted wasn't even nowhere near close 20." Well, he got fucking 20 with Jacksonville for 3 years, $60 million. I told y'all that shit. It's just the writing was on the wall because I can see the scale of what the wide receiver position is, and sometimes the top wide receiver is going to inflate everything behind him. If he gets $30 million a year, what's the next guy's going to get? You got a $10 million difference between 30 and 20. Who's in that $10 million range? From 30 to 20. And Jacoby Meyer, that 1 year, he didn't drop no passes. It was like, oh shit. He didn't drop a pass. He deserves it. What did he do this past season? That's why I said it was a fluke. No receiver can go through every season and not drop a fucking pass, man. It's just inevitable. Because you got to depend on the quarterback to get you the ball. The quarterback ain't going to throw you the ball in the right spot. He might give you a medicine ball and you get cracked, and that's a drop pass. But I did tell you about Bo Nix. I'm gonna tell you. Here's another one, and this is not even got nothing to do with the Ducks. Shedeur Sanders is gonna be a damn good quarterback. Watch what I tell you. I don't know if it's gonna be with Cleveland. I think he just gotta blow Cleveland's mind. I think there's politics in this bullshit because it doesn't make sense for him to go to the 5th round like he got drafted, bro. Come on now. You mean to tell me Cam Miller that we drafted? Then what we got him in the 5th round? Didn't we get him in the 5th round? Oh, look, Miami Dolphins claimed him off our practice squad. But I'm just saying, when I judge a quarterback in college, I look at touchdowns, interceptions, and I look at completion percentage. Completion percentage is the best one that I look at. CJ Stroud coming out. I said CJ Stroud, him, and Hendon Hooker. 70% completion percentage. Only reason why Hendon Hooker didn't do shit is because of the knee injury. They got a quarterback in Detroit. They're not going to, you know what I mean? And then people say, here's the thing that tripped me out. Detroit in the playoffs. I think it was last year. They go out there and they hire a veteran quarterback to come in and get the job instead of Hendon Hooker. Well, if Hendon Hooker was so good, why they had to go get a veteran? You just said it with that fucking V word. A veteran. Why would you start a fucking rookie quarterback in the playoffs who never started in the NFL due to knee injuries? That didn't make no sense to me. Like it was an argument. Well, if Hendon Hooker was that good, why they didn't start him instead of just signing such and such? Because such and such got experience. You're not putting a like for instance, you go get your fucking wisdom tooth pulled, right? Do you want the motherfucker that you as first patient to come in here and pull your fucking wisdom? Fuck no. Give me that old motherfucker right there with gray hairs growing out his nose, being entangled, looking like vines. Tell him to come pull my shit. Don't get this rookie that just came out of fucking dental school and I'm his first victim. Fuck no. Fuck no. No. That's Hendon Hooker and with Detroit. You don't put no rookie in there in the playoffs and you trying to win a Super Bowl. Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on now. The analogies is retarded. The other analogy that's retarded. Mark Davis just wants money. He don't want to win. Motherfucker, if he wins, he makes more money. You fucking dumbass. That means you get playoff games, extra tickets, extra concessions being sold. What the fuck you talking about? He just wants money but don't want to win. If he that shit don't that's an oxymoron. He just wants the money but don't want to win. But if you win, you get more money. The fuck? That's what I be telling about. Some of these motherfuckers, I think they parents is really I think they related. I think they related for real. Some of you motherfuckers got parvo. I really do. Jets gang, I'm telling you. It's just like common sense shit. Like the shit motherfuckers be spewing don't make no fucking sense. Mark Davis only wants money. He don't want to win. What the fuck, nigga? Don't you know when motherfuckers win how much money they get? So look at, like, for instance, Raiders win the division. They get they're the number one seed. They don't play the first week. But the next 2 games are at home. That's how many motherfucking tickets do you think you're going to sell to a playoff game to a Raider fan base? How many Raider fans you think if we make the playoffs, we ain't buying tickets, regardless of the price? I'm selling semen. I'm selling blood. I'm selling water on the freeway, roses, oranges. I'm selling all that shit. I'm going. That's the shit that don't make no sense. Of course he wants to get paid, but in order to get paid, you got to win. That's why he's out. Look at, he's wasting money on coaches year after year. Why? Because he's trying to win. He ain't making money from paying 4 different coaches at the same fucking time. This motherfucker's trying to win and he's paying top dollar to try to make it happen. It's like baseball with no salary cap. The team that spends the most money is going to be a team that's contending for a World Series. The Dodgers, the Giants, the Boston Red Sox, the Yankees, the Phillies. Them is your top teams with paper. That's why the A's moved to motherfucking Las Vegas. They didn't get no money in Oakland. They was playing money ball. Now they come to Vegas. Now they got money. Now they could be a contender to go ahead and service the rights of free agents and so forth in baseball. NFL is the same way. I'm trying to get the best coaches, I'm trying to get the best front office, regardless of the dollar amount, to make sure we try to win. You think he paid fucking old ass, look, Pete Carroll, what was he getting? 10 million a year, 12 million a year to lose? All right, enough of that shit, man. Let me see. I got one more for you. We're gonna do a breakdown of, we talked about Kubiak being asked, or the Seattle Seahawks were asked for, or the Raiders asked for permission from Seattle to go ahead and interview Kubiak for their head coaching job. I think this would be a damn good fit. If for everything that's lined up for the Raiders, as far as we got the first pick, we got money under the cap, we trying to do this right from the bottom up. I think this is a good position for Kubiak. Not saying that he would. We talked about Brian Dubois, as well as who else did we talk about? That possibly, I don't know about the defensive coordinator from the Niners. I don't know about if he's in the mix now, but now it looks like there's a possibility that a lot of people, a lot of fam in the fan base would want is an offensive-minded coach for the Raiders. Kubiak, look at Kubiak. Look at what Kubiak has done with the Seattle Seahawks this year. Now I'm kind of looking at like, well, maybe Geno was the problem. You know what I mean? Maybe Geno was the problem is the reason why we wasn't winning shit. But man, it's gonna be interesting. But here's a video breakdown of exactly if Kubiak, for Kubiak to be a contender for this position, what he would bring, pros and cons to the table. So without further delay, man, this is Clint Kubiak's breakdown of what he would bring to the Raiders if hired as the Raiders head coach. Let's go.
Here's a clear, brief, football-focused breakdown of the potential impact of Clint Kubiak if he were hired as the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Clint Kubiak, head coach projection, Raiders. Who he is, current offensive coordinator of the Seattle Seahawks. Son of Super Bowl winning coach Gary Kubiak. Longtime NFL assistant with deep roots in West Coast, Shanahan-style offense. What he brings to the Raiders. Modern QB-friendly offense. Heavy outside zone run game. Play action, bootlegs, quick reads, designed to simplify QB decision-making. Ideal for young QBs, veteran bridge QBs, rookie development scenarios. This fits a Raiders team likely drafting or grooming a quarterback. Run game identity, physical football. Kubiak offenses emphasize balance, tempo control, wear you down football. Would immediately help stabilize time of possession, red zone efficiency, late game leads. That's something the Raiders have lacked consistently. Scheme over star power, not dependent on elite talent at every position, maximizes tight ends, fullbacks, H-backs, versatile RBs, allows the Raiders to draft smart, develop mid-round talent, avoid overpaying free agents, why the Raiders would consider him pros offensive continuity in a league built for offense, clear identity, long-term vision, not a one-year fix, attractive to young offensive assistants, aligns with a rebuild with direction philosophy. Concerns, no prior head coaching experience. Would need strong defensive coordinator. Veteran leadership on staff, not a splash hire for casual fans. Overall, fit with the Raiders. Clint Kubiak, as Raiders HC would signal, a commitment to QB development, a pivot toward discipline and structure, patience over headlines, building a sustainable offense-first team. He wouldn't be hired to win press conferences. He'd be hired to fix the foundation. Bottom line, if the Raiders want a young offensive architect, a coach who builds from the trenches out, a system that survives roster turnover, Clint Kubiak would be a smart, forward-thinking hire, especially if paired with an experienced defensive staff and front office alignment.
And there you are. If he can get if he was truly the one that the Raiders want, I'm pretty sure on the interview they're going to ask him, because I know that Spytech mentioned he would like for the coach to be able to hire his guys. You know what I mean? So what would the plan be on the defensive side of the ball if Kubiak was to get the job as the head coach of the Raiders? Who would be your DC? Who would be your linebacker coach, your defensive line coach, your secondary coach? Who would that guy be? You know what I mean? If it's somebody that comes with prestige as being a defensive-minded guy on that side of the ball, then I'm fine with it. I wouldn't mind having an offensive coordinator mindset as a head coach, because I just can imagine who he's going to bring in as his OC, but I pretty much know it's going to be his offense they're running. That offense in Seattle, you see what they did to the Niners. They didn't score a lot of points. The defense did their job too, though, but 13-3 against the Niners. Niners supposed to have a good defense. You know what I mean? So that's going to be interesting to see how this happens. It's going to happen now with the interview due to the fact that Seattle does have a bye, but they do play next week for their first game at home. But they did not skip a beat. Yeah, I'm telling you, they did not skip a beat this year under Kubiak as the OC. And then the previous year, being with the 49ers, was an offensive coordinator with Minnesota at one time. Denver Broncos was with them. You know, Saints did his thing with the Saints. So it'd be interesting, but he's not the only candidate. He's not the only candidate. Like I said, there's going to be others. I want to hear the Harbaugh name. I'm curious. Does Harbaugh become a candidate for the coaching job of the Raiders? Does who else? Kingsbury. Does he become a candidate since he and Washington is splitting ways? He wants to go pursue other avenues, which it has to be more than an offensive coordinator. So I know he's looking for head coaching jobs because they're opening up. Who wants the Baltimore Ravens job? That's a competitor with us. Now, if you want to win now type coach mentality, Baltimore will be the place. But if you want to come somewhere where you can get your guy and groom him and then have a long, prosperous, can you get an 18, 19-year career as a head coach with one team for that time span would be lovely. Can we get a Tomlin or a Harbaugh to come up in here? Not them specifically, but that type of head coach to come in here and have a long tenure and make sure that we're in the playoffs and competing for a Super Bowl year after year. That's what we want. Because we've been tired of this overnight microwavable type bullshit that ain't giving us no results. We're firing coach after coach after coach after coach, trying it different ways, but those ways that we're trying ain't fucking working. Now let's do it the right way. It has to be a pecking order. Your GM picks the coach, your coach picks his staff, and let's run with it. Let it, don't just give it 1 year. Let's run with it. We got the number 1 overall pick. We got money under the cap. Let's run with it. Give the next guy in line, give him his time to do what he has to do to turn this shit around. Because it's overnight shit. I know a lot of motherfuckers in a rush to make things happen. And I'm telling you, slow motion is better than none. Take your time, do it right. That's what we need to do. So we got to stop doing this shit. We got to stop firing coaches and trying to figure out who's next. It's not working. Get your guy. Get a young guy. Kubiak, I'm fine with. There's other guys out there I'm fine with. You know what I mean? Let's just get this shit over with, done with, so they can hit the ground running, go out there and analyze the talent coming out of college into the draft and what guys fit the scheme that this new head coach has envisioned for the offense as well as the defense. That's what we need to do. So with that being said, God bless and good night. No, let me quit. I'm up out of here though, but hey, shout out to the chat, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. We're gonna do this shit tomorrow. We're gonna touch on. There's gonna be more news coming. This ain't gonna be the only interview the Raiders gonna have or names that's gonna pop up. There's gonna be a lot of shit with this Harbaugh. We're gonna see if his name is actually a fact and not fiction, with him being a candidate for the head coaching job of the Raiders. It'll be very interesting for him to face his brother twice a year. You know what I mean? Another angle, but he's a damn good coach and knows exactly how to handle a young quarterback, especially with us being with the number 1 pick. Mendoza, Moore, I don't care. That's 1A, 1B. You're getting a damn good quarterback regardless. They're different. They're different in their approach and what they bring, but they bring wins. That's facts. You can't nobody say they ain't winning. Between them, they only got 1 loss. You know what I mean? And over 26 wins. So that just tells you right there. So with that being said, man, hey, Mike G in the building, man, salute to you. I see you, my brother, man. I appreciate it. I'm about to get up out of here real quick. But you guys enjoy your day. I see y'all tomorrow, man. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. You know what it is. It's the Lunatic Raider Show with yours truly, Lunatic Raider. Shout out to everybody on Instagram, on Twitch, as well as the Facebook group, Raiders Allegiance, man. I'm Lunatic Raider, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Y'all be safe. Make it back home to your loved ones. And shit, like I always say about this time, I'm out this bitch. Ha ha, let's go.